The average teenager spends 9 hours a day consuming media, much of that time on Snapchat, WhatsApp, and Instagram.
I feel like so many parents are oblivious to what their kids are doing.
La Quinta High School senior Lexi Christmas says, especially when it comes to what they're hiding in plain sight right on their phones.
So this is the regular calculator app. You open it up, no tricks about it, and then you open up this one and you have to put in your private passcode, and then you can unlock all of these different things.
They're known as secret, vault, or ghost apps. Lexi showed us some she's seen other people use.
You can have a separate browser where your parents can't find it, and contacts and other files.
That is sneaky.
That is really sneaky.
That is really sneaky.
I had no idea.
It's probably more prevalent than we like to think that it is.
Principal Rebecca Cook is right. According to App Annie, a mobile analytics company, 2 of the top 10 most downloaded photo and video apps for the iPhone are secret apps.
Kids like our age can hide all the stuff that they don't want to show their parents.
We asked around and were also blown away by the images and videos students from across the valley showed us of secret Instagram accounts known as Finsta or fake Instagram. Material too graphic to show on TV of illegal drug use, minors having sex, drinking and driving, all supposedly hidden in vault apps or on a private Finsta account, then screenshotted and texted around school.
81 people have seen it.
So it's not really that private because it has 81 views already.
The good news here, La Quinta High School recently became the first school in California to utilize the anonymous reporting tool PSST, or PS World, an early intervention approach to prevent kids from making poor digital choices. And it seems to be working.
What we decided to do was to stop all instruction for an entire day and just celebrate digital citizenship.
But the hardest work has to come at home. Lexi says the kids she knows who use fake Instagram accounts or vault apps are
Types that are going to have stricter parents where they don't have as an open of a relationship.
We talk to our kids ahead of time and we say, look, we know this is out there. I hope you don't have one.
Then go a step further.
Now you have to have that conversation of show me your fake one. The best offense is a good defense, right?
Peter Mikulak's colorful personality and dynamic paintings catapulted his visibility in the valley in just a few short years.
Most artists work in their studios, and it takes a lot of encouragement and self-empowerment to come out and do it publicly.
As a street artist under the tall shadows of Marilyn Monroe downtown to the walls of Palm Springs' most popular restaurants. Mikulak's success on social media also resonated with many, and that ability to connect with others through art inspired an ambitious project last summer called 30 Days of Good.
Hey, what's up, people? It's Mikulak, and I'm just leaving my house, getting ready to start this 30 Days of Good.
Over the course of 30 days, Mikulak dropped in on charities all over the valley.
I'm up at Forever Meow. I'm down at Desert ARC. I'm at Loma Linda Children's Hospital.
To share his skills and his time to raise awareness for these organizations, documenting each visit in videos and photos shared by himself and the nonprofits.
We just give the patients from upstairs an opportunity to have some fun.
Angelina Castleberry took part in one of the videos, which showed Mikulak volunteering at Loma Linda University Children's Hospital. Castleberry's charity, Made for a Miracle, supports local families with newborns in intensive care. Castleberry later posted she felt blessed to be part of the project, which culminated on September 30th with a night for Peter Mikulak. Mikulak created paintings for each charity inspired by his experiences there, and the invitations advertised the auction will benefit American Cancer Society, Desert Best Friends Closet, Made for a Miracle, and many others. Mikulak also took to Facebook, claiming all money, 100% of the art sales, goes directly back to charity. And when the night was over, Mikulak publicly rejoiced every painting had sold.
I know the person that bought his painting.
But Castleberry said Made for a Miracle never made a penny.
It's almost fraud.
We contacted one charity after another to ask if they'd gotten any money.
This is Brooke Berry from CBS Local 2.
Hi, Doug. My name is Brooke Berry.
My name is Brooke Berry. I'm calling from CBS Local 2 News.
from Mikulak's art auction.
So every painting was sold, but you didn't receive any money?
We found only one, the Desi Strong Foundation, that said they'd received some funds from Mikulak's auction.
I feel I was misled. Our charity was misled.
The painting created for Lori Wiener's small pet adoption foundation.
And it did sell, but we never saw a dime of it.
And Wiener tells us Mikulak's story kept changing.
We got nothing out of it. I did donate $300 for his art supplies because he said he didn't have any money for his art supplies.
Months passed, and when word got out Mikulak had been arrested on domestic violence charges and had bought a new car, the people he tried to help felt like they'd been hurt.
He used our organization and the other organizations to raise that money. That money doesn't belong to him.
Whatever's done in the dark will eventually come to light, period.
So did these charities ever receive the money generated from the sale of this artwork?
There was no money generated.
And there was over $3,000 raised in this auction.
It was actually $3,200. And if I broke down what it cost to actually create each piece of artwork, what it cost for the venue, the tables, so on and so on.
Several organizations told us Mikulak pleaded for financial help along the way, and they gave hundreds of dollars. We also found a U-Caring site to cover the cost of Mikulak's canvas and paint.
I had every right to, at least get the money I put into it. I'm just a young artist. I'm not starving, but in no means am I living any type of, grand lifestyle.
In an emotional interview that lasted close to an hour, Mikulak said he was crushed to learn many of the paintings sold for far below their listed price.
When I saw the numbers, it was embarrassing for me to go back to these charities. I figured, well, it didn't generate any money, but that was the purpose.
Regardless of how much people paid for it, though, there were people there who wrote checks thinking that that money was going to Ronald McDonald House, that that money was going to the American Cancer Society, and that did not happen.
$3,200, if they want it, I'll go get it out my bank right now and give it to them, if it's that serious. But to me, that's pathetic. It's crazy. I could be so much more of an asset than $100 to each charity. You know what I mean?
Through the course of our investigation, some organizations did tell us they felt Mikulak's heart was in the right place. Desert Best Friends Closet, Ronald McDonald House of the Inland Empire, and Desert Arc said they were satisfied with offers to create more art for them.
He did a live performance of him painting some artwork at our shelter.
Safe House of the Desert said his dedication during the day he spent with them displayed his good intentions.
We understand that he wanted to do more, and by him taking the initiative to give us a call and offering to give us 2 custom pieces where we would be allowed to make more money, we thought it was fine.
I have a plan. I do. It's not going to sit like this, because in no way, shape, or form am I going to allow people to see me something other than I'm not. It's not going to happen. I apologize. I can't change the past.
But Lori Wiener and others don't believe it.
The point is, when somebody tells you they're going to do something, and it is for a charity, I'm sure we're not the only ones, but that they stand by their word.
There's a place of light in every word. It doesn't matter which you heard, the holy or the broken. Hallelujah.
It was in him. It was natural. It was innate in him to protect. I believe that's why he became law enforcement. Not just to serve, but to protect.
Frank Vega always knew his older brother would be a police officer to serve and protect, not only on the job, but his personal life too. Frank says as the youngest brother in his family, he always looked up to him.
I saw what he was doing. So Gilbert was always Superman to me. Somebody that said, oh my God, this person is almost inhuman, but he was a human person. But he was my protector.
Officer Vega and Officer Leslie Zarebny responded to a domestic disturbance call on October 8th when gunfire broke out. Both officers died. Frank Vega describes the horrible feeling his family felt after hearing they lost Gil.
I can imagine the pain that his own children are going through and his wife. It must be horrendous.
Frank says he had deep respect for his brother because Gil helped set him straight. After several run-ins with the law and getting arrested, he says his older brother told him he could change.
He would always tell me, brother, you don't have to live that kind of life. You can be a good man. So the best advice my brother gave me, more than the words that he told me, he seen him what he was, a police officer. I was so proud. You know, I never told him that. And I should have. But seeing him in the uniform, it really made me proud.
But underneath that uniform, Vega says police officers are regular people too. Frank says he knows about the debate in the nation about police, but wanted everyone to hear this.
Police officers are human beings. They don't go to a warehouse like RoboCop and be recharged. They go home to their families, to their wives, to their children, to whoever they go home to. They take off that uniform. They put their gun away. They get out their car. And they want to go home just like you and I, like everybody else. They all want to go home.
If there's anything you would like to say to Gil, perhaps like right now, at this point, what would you say to him?
Brother, I should have told you how much I loved you, how much I respected you, how much I'll miss you. I'm sorry that you and Officer Leslie are no longer with us. I would have gladly taken your place, brother. I really would have. Unfortunately, I couldn't. But I was very proud of you, brother. I am very, very thankful that you were my brother. And I'm very thankful that you chose to be a police officer, to make a difference in the community. So I love you, brother. I'll miss you. And someday I hope to see you again. Someday I'll see you again.
When asked about John Felix, the suspected shooter, and his family, Vega says the Felix family suffered just as much as his family.
I am sorry that the tragedy unfolded in your family, that your son was the cause of so much pain. And I know you're hurting also, you and all your family. I wish this never happened, but it did. And I want them to know that I'm praying for them. I have no ill will against them. I have no hate against them.
As time goes on, the memories of Officer Gil Vega and Officer Leslie Zarebny will fade for most of us. But that won't be the case for the Vega family.
The community may forget them soon enough, but we won't. I won't, his children won't, his wife won't, my family won't.
Jeremy Chen, News Channel 3, Thousand Palms.
Okay, let's go see. Hi. Cora came to say hi.
Matt and Joni Zarebny are taking their 7-month-old granddaughter Cora on a tour of the police department.
Hi. You are so beautiful. Yeah. Look at you.
Cora's mother, Leslie, in name and spirit, is never far behind.
Okay. There's your mom, Leslie. Wow, that's really cool.
Watching the group greet her old colleagues, the men and women who fought crime alongside her, and now grieve her death.
It's tough, obviously, because it brings back those memories. You can see Leslie every time you look at Cora, but it's good. I think it's good for the healing. I think it's good for everybody involved.
Palm Springs police officer Leslie Zarebny and training officer Gil Vega were gunned down through the door of a home where they had been called to help protect a woman who said her son was acting crazy. Vega also left behind a wife, adult children, and a 9-year-old daughter, Vanessa. The two girls, Cora and Vanessa, forever bonded by the loss of their parents.
For the two girls who lost their parents, the hug and just to share their tenderness in the midst of all this, it just warms your heart, and at the same time it just makes you think, how can I support these families? What can we do to help these families in the midst of it?
Matt Zarebny says he wants to build a skyscraper of support for other families of fallen law enforcement officers.
It's unimaginable to think to go through something this horrific, having lost a child or a parent, and then on top of that, being in financial dire straits. So I'm creating the Ask Not challenge based on what John F. Kennedy said, ask not what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country.
His project will start with the Cora Ring collection.
So it would be a kids line, high quality, eco-friendly, fun kids clothing line, and we would donate at least 50% of the profit back to other families that are going through this same nightmare.
I think Leslie would have gotten a kick out of it. She loved the outdoors. She loved, obviously, her daughter. So, I mean, you combine the two with this clothing line, I think it's great.
And Zarebny says he will reach out to 3 like-minded businesses for their support, starting with the Honest Company, which donated countless products for Cora when her mother was killed.
We've just had such an amazing outpouring, especially the people in the desert communities. We are so thankful for their compassion and their generosity and their just wonderful heart. They've been amazing.
At home, the Zarebnys are surrounded by photos, artwork, and tributes to Leslie.
And then somebody had done this. It has LZ on it.
Created and sent to them from all over the country.
Is that a picture of you and your mom?
But the family is devastated. Every new tooth Cora cuts, every milestone she makes,
Start to crawl over the place?
Yes, she can definitely get herself around.
is a reminder of a memory her mother will never have.
Part of you dies when she died, and it's life is not the same anymore. You just go through each day. You suppress your feelings to be able to make it through each day, because as soon as you think about it, you just start to weep. And then you cry yourself to sleep every night. And then the next morning you get up and you realize it all starts all over again.
But he says the family, including Leslie's widower Zach, a fellow law enforcement officer, draws strength from their time with Cora.
In the midst of all the grief, you look at her and you go, I think I can make it.
Which is why Joni Zarebny says she will keep taking Cora to the police department like her mother would have, and show the other officers how much these girls, Cora and Vanessa, are growing.
I hope we will be able to always have that be part of their life, for them to know where their mom and dad served in the community that they did love, very much so.